do you feel is the biggest issue in America faces today?
Well, I think probably the biggest thing that could destroy us is that people don't believe in truth anymore.
Why do you
You
feel
know?
that way?
What?
Why do you feel that way?
Well, you know, people just believe whatever they want to believe, and the facts don't matter, and if you have a different opinion, you're just stupid, you know, and I don't know how you can run a society when there's no truth, you know? So if that continues, I really worry about what will happen to our society. But, you know, maybe it won't continue, maybe it'll
How do you feel we can fix
change.
it?
How do you fix that? Oh, that's a good question. Well, I think people are trying to fix it. You know, there are people that are doing things like trying to promote what they call civil discourse, it's called, like listening to other people and thinking about their ideas, not necessarily changing your mind, but just listening. So I think that's going on, and I think what would help, I think, is leadership from the top, you know, the president, the Congress, if they would start telling the truth and supporting the truth, I think that would help.
How do you feel about gun control? With everything going on.
Gun control. Well, I'm not like against guns or anything, but I do think that guns should be difficult to get. I don't think it should be easy to get a submachine gun. So I favor some regulations making it harder for people to get guns, and I certainly, and I wouldn't be opposed to outlawing some types of guns, like machine guns. I don't know why anybody needs a machine gun. Now, I know there are some people that collect guns, so maybe you have like an exception, and they get a special permit or something, you know. But the average guy, why does he need a machine gun? You know, or a semi-automatic?
During your life, when was the United States at its best?
Well, that's a good question. In my lifetime.
Excuse me.
That's a hard question to answer. I mean, I think there were a lot of good things that happened during the 60s and the 70s. It was a chaotic time. There was a lot of stuff going on, and not everybody thinks it was good. But I think overall, it was probably more good than bad. You know, people's tolerance expanded, and people became less racist, and I mean, I think we're in a lot better place today because of a lot of the things that happened in the 70s. You know, women today can do whatever they want and be whatever they want, and you know, that wasn't true before the 60s and 70s.
How did it feel to almost get drafted?
I just remember feeling a huge sense of relief that I wasn't going to be, that they had stopped the draft, but they still had the drawing in case they needed to reactivate the draft. And I knew that, so I knew I wasn't going, probably. So I just felt a huge sense of relief. But it was also scary, because if they did, for some reason, reinstitute the draft, I would have gone.
And what is the opinion on having a draft?
You ask hard questions, Jacob. The draft is it's a hard thing, because I think I don't really like it, but I do think it's more democratic. You know, if you have a draft and it's run correctly, you know,
Yeah.
if you're not letting rich people escape it and stuff, which happened in Vietnam. But if you had a draft that really drafted everybody, then everybody's involved, and it's very democratic, and it also, I think, helps people to be concerned about not having wars or ending wars, you know. I don't believe there's any son of a congressman was serving in like Afghanistan. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But you know, during World War II, you had the president's son was in the Navy, I think it was Navy. the president's son in World War II. Now, I'm sure they made sure he had like a quiet little place to work, but everything was dangerous in World War II. He could have been killed.
Thank you for the interview, Mr. Jones.
Well, you're very